Lately I've been hearing a lot about disasters and being prepared. I always thought it was something to happen to someone else, like the tsunami in Japan, Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, or earthquakes in California. I live in a place where a disaster can happen at any time, but before I had teen CERT training, I didn't think much about it, until the bus accident.
It wasn't the driver's fault. A dog ran out in front of the bus, and the driver swerved to miss the little boy chasing it. The bus went off the side of the road and rolled over. It was like slow motion. Kids, books, lunches, backpacks, things were flying everywhere. Broken glass, too.
The bus kept sliding until it crashed into a tree. The little kids were all screaming and crying. Some were banged up and bleeding pretty bad. One kid had a bone sticking through his shirt sleeve. The driver was alive but unconscious with a humongous cut on his forehead. My friend Marie and I checked ourselves for injuries first and found out that we were shaken up but otherwise all right. Just lucky, I guess.
That's when our CERT training kicked in. I knew how to do triage, administer first aid, and CPR. First, we made sure the bus's ignition was turned off. I knew how to get people organized, out of the bus, and out of harm's way before things got worse. Then we went back and began helping those with more serious injuries.
Marie and I did a chair carry together to get the driver and some of the injured kids out of the bus. We were worried that a fire could start at any minute. We got the walking wounded and uninjured organized and settled far enough away to be safe. It seemed like only minutes before the police and firefighters started arriving. It's hard to say because we were so busy helping people. By then we had a pretty good start on dividing and categorizing the injured.
2 kids were having trouble breathing.
Yeah, and a policeman said that our quick work in clearing their airways may have saved their lives.
Well, anyways, the whole thing was really intense and scary, but thankfully nobody died. If we hadn't been trained and know what to do, it could have been a lot worse.
So now I think about my teen CERT training differently. It's not just useful when there's a natural disaster, but anytime an emergency occurs. I'm really glad I knew how to help instead of feeling useless. Now I feel ready anytime, anywhere to help myself or anyone else who needs it, whatever the emergency. I felt so good about my training and helping others that now I'm considering a career in public safety.
Let's hear from some experts, first responders, teachers, and students about their experience with the Teen CERT program.
I think that teens benefit from the Teen CERT program in any community because it helps them get an idea of what it's like to do public service, what it's like to get involved in your community, and what it's like to really make a difference.
Students and families and schools are safer because of Teen CERT training. Additionally, students gain confidence, have exposure to an adult curriculum, and can impact their career goals for life.
There's always been an interest amongst our students to do either public safety from the point of view of police or firefighting. And I wanted this to happen for years. Well, we've had an opportunity now to offer one class, and kids were so interested that we couldn't pack 60 kids into one class. We had to offer 2. So now we have 2 classes, first year. We're so excited, and our district is so excited that we have these kids that are wanting to do these public safety jobs that we've been on their radar. And then Sonoma County Office of Education received this fabulous grant from State Farm, $50,000 from State Farm, very generous, and they thought of Elsie Ellen since we've had this program this first year. So our kids are the wonderful beneficiaries of this Teen CERT program.
I'm the ASB president here at Elsie Allen High School, and I feel like taking that role and giving them the information about CERT, they can really become aware, because not a lot of students know about this program, and giving them just that start, the information, they'll want to get involved.
I started off in the public safety class that I had enrolled in the beginning of the year, and then after that we started the program, and I was really excited about it, and I totally immersed myself in it because I've always wanted to have the skills to be able to save lives and work well in a disaster.
I wanted to become a trainer because once I got into it, I really liked it. I felt like a productive member of society, like I would be able to do some good, and especially living in Northern California, we're earthquake country, and we're due for a huge earthquake, and I feel more prepared for that, and I feel that everyone around me should be more like me in that sense, and they have a better understanding of what to do when something happens and they're able to help, they're more prepared.
Now let's take a look at what students learned in the Teen CERT training program.
The CERT curriculum is a nationally recognized first responder training course. It consists of 9 modules and 20 to 24 hours of classroom and field instruction. The modules include About CERT and Operations, Disaster Preparedness, Fire Safety, Disaster Medical Assistance Part 1, Disaster Medical Assistance Part 2, Light Search and Rescue, Disaster Psychology, Terrorism, and Disaster Simulation.
Most people believe that schools and communities are ready for emergencies, but many are not. In the event of a major disaster, such as a major earthquake along the San Andreas or Hayward Faults in Northern California, local first responders and hospitals would be immediately overwhelmed, leaving most community members to fend for themselves. Teen CERT volunteer and family preparedness programs are critical to helping our schools and communities respond effectively.
Teen CERT offers the National CERT 24-hour training curriculum to high school students ages 13 to 19 with an emphasis on preparedness and response for oneself, family, school, and community through service learning. This program mimics the nationally recognized and California-endorsed Adult CERT program, started by the Los Angeles Fire Department in the 1980s and is now offered in every state. And CERT training is an ideal career path entry-level training to public safety and community service employment.
Getting a Teen CERT program going at your school may not be easy, but it's worth the effort. It can require approvals from various key groups, including school boards, superintendents, principals, local first responders, and of course your parents. But once they understand the program and the kind of support that's available, it will prove to be a great program for community involvement in your school.
One of the many advantages of the Teen CERT program is its flexibility. It can be offered as part of a physical education, health, community service, or interdisciplinary academic program in the regular school program, or as a club, student government, career path, or after-school program.
So be creative and use the resources available online through the Center for National Security at Eastern Michigan University or through the new CERT program online at www.fema.gov.
There are many articles and examples of successful programs that can be found through searching the web through Google or other search engines. If you need help, contact www.gccprepared.org for guidance.
We hope that if and when disaster strikes, or there's an emergency in your school or community,
you can help by being trained through the Teen Community Emergency Response Training Program. Let's all be prepared.